Alright. Wait. Oh, right. I was like, wait, what is this save doing down here? Right, so, oh yeah, if anyone needs like a little reminder. So, during my VOD of the intermission, it was supposed to be one long stream. But for some reason, something happened with either my internet, OBS, or Twitch itself. I can't tell what it was. But it split my VOD at the very moment, or roughly near the beginning of the scene where we reunited with Princess Alphen. So then I had to go back, and this is why I make multiple saves, okay? But yeah, so... Also, wait, I just noticed, why is the total number of saves 229? Huh. Either way though, this is why I make multiple saves. I was able to go back and be able to get to the part that was cut off, and then re-recorded the lost cutscenes, and then stitched it back together, so then I can actually have like a more somewhat seamless like VOD that's not like missing a part of the story. Although when I look back at it, not too much was missed, but anything that you miss from the main story, now I'm like, no, I'm gonna re-record even if it's only like a couple minutes. So I went all the way back to re-record those couple minutes, took the time to stitch the video and audio back together as well as I could without making it too jarring. Although I did leave a little notification on like the bottom left of the video saying re-recorded or original footage. But yeah. This is why I make multiple saves. Because again, you'll never know when you need to go back. Out of all the things, I was not expecting this. But yeah, getting back to the thing at hand though. So, we are at roughly the beginning of Act 2, where basically the whole game kind of opens up, where we get command of the Courageous, and we can kind of go wherever we want within the eastern part of Erebonia until we take more control. And earlier we were doing a side quest, finding a certain little pitiable goofball here. Certain red-headed goofball who is in some desperate search for love and everything. To no avail. And yeah, also, we're rescuing a whole bunch of our classmates, but Monk has no interest so far. Rex over there he's found his calling for taking wartime photos to make sure the truth gets out there. The raw and like, what was it? But basically taking pictures of the real war and not the propaganda that's been kind of going around Erebonia and all that stuff. And we did a side or was it? No, side quest was for Anton. Was there anything else here? I forget. Where's my button? Here it is. Okay. So now we gotta go to Legram, and then there's our other stuff here. We're finding Monica, Mint, and Casper. And I believe we talked to everyone here. Oh yeah, also there's a little surprise over here once we go back to Guerrilla Fortress after we rescued, like immediately after we rescued Anton, but we didn't notice. Say hello to our first cryptid. Or, well, major cryptid of Act 2. However, he's a little bit tough to take on right now. It's level 100 with plenty of AoE. Fight it? I did try. I got my ass handed to me. I mean, technically, like, if I was actually more prepared, even at this level, I think I can at least do a good amount of the fight, or maybe via extremely close call, because I have no idea if at like half health it'll start getting some new moves that'll wipe me or something. But I did look it up earlier, well, only vaguely. So in Act 2 there will be a U-material farming spot involving the facilities aboard the Courageous. And I want to progress far enough to progress that, so then I can actually farm U materials off stream and give everyone their tier 3 accessories with like Passionate Rouge, Evergreen, Still Blue, Deep Posture, the one thing that grants, do I even have it on here? I do not. But the one speed accessory that prevents death blow, delay, and vanish and all that, I want to get it all. But we'll have to get that facility because it's supposedly the easiest way of getting U materials compared to how I've been doing it normally, via fighting normal monsters. Which, going to Ymir, maybe there's other better spots, but oh boy is it a pain in the ass. So we're gonna get to, we're going to try to progress this until we get the facilities I need. And then I can try to spend as much time off stream trying to grind up U materials. It's gonna be a lot of U materials, but hopefully in the process, also, I'm hoping that the enemies will fight in that one facility and also drop a good amount of Sepith, if any. I really hope they do. Then I can use all that Sepith to get everyone up to tier 2 for their quartz slots. But for the time being, we're going back to the Courageous. I don't think there's anything left to do within... what was it? I don't think there's anything left to do within Guerrilla Fortress. Let me take a look at the map.
Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, there is the students we need to find, but we're gonna hold off on that for now. So either we can go to Legram and check things out there, Zender Gate, and then the Nord Settlement. But I think we'll leave the Nord Settlement for last, because that's gonna take quite a while. But maybe we can also take a little peek back at Ymir.
Full speed ahead!
Because, what was it? I don't think I've talked to the NPCs in Ymir. I've only talked to the NPCs within Guerrilla Fortress. So we're just kind of sweep by area to area, talk to the NPCs, see if there's any side quests, collectibles, so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure there's a new snowboarding course, but let me check. Excuse me. The B1 course, okay. Well, we'll snowboard later. Again, let's get the dialogue out of the way. So, because we got all this dialogue, I'm so thankful that I got a whole huge bottle of cold water because, oh boy, my vocal cords are not going to forgive me for this. Give me a lot of reading. Hey Reed, heard you guys are the ones flying that Courageous around. You got something big up your sleeves again, don't you? I swear, every time I think the stuff you get caught up in couldn't get any crazier, you prove me wrong. Sure feels like it, doesn't it? We've come so far since it all began. Still, I genuinely believe we can make a difference in a way that no one else can. Even if I'm not sure what that way is yet. I know everyone here must be worried about me, but it might be a while before I can come back. Meanwhile, hey, I'm back. Nah, don't sweat it. It doesn't matter when you come by. You'll always be welcome home. Aw. Also, let me go switch back in. Green. Alright, what was it again?
Leave it to me!
Here I go!
Here we go. Glad to hear that Lisa's okay. Probably a weight off your mind too, I'll bet. We all grew up together, so it's not really frustrating. So it's really frustrating not being able to do anything to help her when she needs it most. Well, getting all worked up over it won't do us any good either, huh? I know we'll see her again someday. Until then, I'll just focus on doing what I can from here. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Wait for me, Elise. I'll come for you as soon as I can. Reen, you're okay. And you saved their highness too. How cool is that? Think Master Yun will take me in as a student someday too? If he does, then I can grow up to be just as cool and strong as you. I think you're overestimating me a little. I couldn't have done half as much without everyone's help. But that doesn't stop you from being cool. I bet Master Yun is gonna be really proud of you. I wonder if we're finally gonna meet him in Cold Steel 3. I sure hope so. Feels like I've learned a lot while I was away. Putting all that he taught me to good use is the least I can do to put a smile on his face. Alright. Is it really true you're able to rescue Princess Alphen? That's our boy. We were all really worried when you went off to that big airship all of a sudden. But we couldn't have been half as nervous if we'd known that, wait. We wouldn't have been half as nervous if we'd known that was what you were going to do. You really are amazing. I wasn't actually planning to rescue her when I went. Why even bother? She won't listen. Read. Had you rescued Princess Alphen from the Alliance's clutches, that just leaves Lady Elise. We'll be counting on you. I'll do what I can. Ah, yeah. Here we go. So, Gambler Jack, Imperial Chronicle, Manly Munchies, good ass crackers. Crunchy rice cracker. Yo, rice crackers are sick. Although, to be honest, now that I think about it, I haven't had rice crackers in years. Only time I've had them was back way when in grade school. Huh. Actually, how have rice cracker snacks changed over the years? I don't wonder. I forget the brand that I always used to have for lunch when I was at school. Where am I again? Okay. Actually, should we go read it now? Wait. Wait a second. Where's chapters 7 and 8? It's probably in different towns. I hope. But wait. Well, I mean, at least we're not behind in Imperial Chronicles. Because we literally didn't progress the story since Act 2, well, yeah, since Act 2 started, so there's no way something got overwritten. Okay, so let's go read the Imperial Chronicle. After I get another sip of water. Alright, so, Imperial Chronicle Issue 4. Breaking news. Noble Alliance dominates in the West. Excellent news has come in from the Western Front, stating that the Noble Alliance was overwhelmingly victorious in their recent battle and has focused the former Imperial Army to retreat significantly. This marks a landmark achievement in the Alliance's ongoing efforts to put a stop to the rebels. The Army's Press Information Center has issued a statement that half of the former Imperial Army forces in the West have been extinguished, and those that remain are on the run. Thanks to our brave souls in the West, the Empire's return to glory appears to be closer than ever. A ferocious week-long battle. The battle was started by the former Imperial Army. Yes, they started it, which amassed a force of over 300 heavily armored tanks and plunged the nearby area into chaos. The elite Le Guin and Bardius armies set out to rout them, and at noon on December 6th, the battle finally began. It was clear from the beginning that General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius had the advantage, stunning both friend and foe alike with their indomitable strength. Realizing the odds were against them, the rebels tried all manner of cowardly tricks and stalling tactics to prolong the battle, leading to it dragging out for an entire week. What brought their futile resistance to an end was a pincer attack mounted by the two armies. The military press office reports that this was not originally planned, but they were able to work together in near perfect harmony, eventually doing away with those among the rebel forces. Perhaps what stands out most about their latest achievement is how little damage the army sustained. I'm pretty sure they're just hiding the number. Although, to be honest, with being led by General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius, okay, yeah, that's more believable. But if it's anyone else, yeah, no, they're hiding the numbers. Or maybe they are hiding the numbers already. It's difficult not to be awed by the sheer skill demonstrated. And personally speaking, I'm eager to hear more about their magnificent exploits in the future. The Azure Knight astounds all. The Noble Alliance's elite Azure Knight also took part in the battle. Reports note that its appearance in particularly difficult battles as it deftly turned them around in the Alliance's favor. All details regarding it remain classified, but eyewitnesses suggest that its capabilities are so out of this world that it brought to mind the great knights of Erebonian legend, with General Le Guin, Brigadier General Bardius, and the Azure Knight fighting on the same side. It's plain to see the Noble Alliance's overwhelming victory as anything other than an inevitability. The end is in sight. Oh my god, wait, this is 10 pages of a news report? Holy crap. The end is in sight. With the battle over and 3 more cities subjugated as a result, the moment we citizens of Erebonia have been waiting for is soon approaching. The Noble Alliance's ever-decisive victory is near. Reports suggest that the battle initially began near the coast in Lamar province. But as a result of the rebels retreating, it primarily took place farther inland. While the number of refugees unfortunately kept growing over the course of the battle as we kept destroying civilian targets, the height of danger never reached any densely populated areas, and we lied as naturally as we breathed. And as such, civilian casualties are currently thought to be minor. And society. Conflict near the Twin Dragons Bridge. The lengthy conflict between the Croydon Provincial Army and the 4th Armored Division seems to be showing no signs of letting up. The 4th Armored Division was known as the strongest division of the former Imperial Army, but due to their continued resistance and refusal to stand down, the Provincial Army has had no choice but to label them as a rebel army, raising tensions to a new high in the area. The 3rd Armored Division is also refusing to end its unlawful occupation of Zender Gate. What do you mean unlawful occupation? They were stationed there to begin with, you freaking dummies. and has yet to respond to repeated requests to disarm. Between these 2 divisions, it's likely that a state of confusion will remain in Eastern Erebonia for some time to come. Politics. Imperial government negotiating with Crossbow. Ooh. Okay, now we're bringing in Crossbow. There have recently been reports that say the Imperial government has reopened negotiations with Crossbow. One government source suggested Crossbow's actions were cowardly and unforgivable, but that does not preclude us from negotiating with them. The demands in these negotiations are likely to include withdrawing the state's independence declaration, dismantling the Crossbow Defense Force, and unfreezing Erebonian assets held by the International Bank of Crossbow. However, Crossbow's crimes are still fresh in the minds of Erebonia citizens, and I think I speak for everyone in praying that the government will lead the negotiations with a firm hand, as in strong-arm them into annexation. Incident. Courageous's whereabouts still unknown. The Imperial family's cruiser, the Courageous, remains unseen since the outbreak of the war. Reports have suggested the airship is currently being used by a private group for an undisclosed purpose, but the Imperial family has been keen to remind the public that its current duties are in no way official, which may suggest that those aboard are guilty of no less than treason against the state. The Noble Alliance is urging any citizens with information on the ship's whereabouts to come forward. God, I feel so disgusted reading like this lopsided news. Holy crap. Yes. The fight that the Imperial Army started. Yes. The, oh, wait, did I? Actually, no, here we go. It's like, yes, the Courageous is not operating in an official capacity, so, they must be committing treason in there somehow. It's like, oh. Also, yeah, I'll go find the rest of the Gambler Jack books in a bit later. Oh yeah, I gotta get you materials to... Oh god, this is the worst part of a new big chapter of Cold Steel. Everyone needing their new upgrades. Not that everyone needs it, but I want to keep everyone up to date. Let's see, anything else here? Not necessarily. Although we do have new... Actually, I should probably update the armor, because, I mean... Okay, take a look at Reen's armor. Or his defense and arts defense. Like, I think it's time to give up the evasion for 250 physical defense. I think it's time, but that time is not now. Oh, I forgot to check the quartz. Let's see, defense 2, HP 2. I mean, no, this is like the same as the, yeah. Oh yeah! I also need to get more U materials to trade up. Oh my god, okay, yeah, we really need to get that facility upgrade. Holy crap. Again, I haven't looked up like when it'll come up. I just know it will come up eventually. Good boy. I'm back. How's everyone? Good boy. Hey. The Viscount informed me of your intentions. Finding your own way through this war, are you? We are. Both as students of Thor's and citizens of the Empire. We feel we have a duty to do whatever we can. Now that's my boy. Go forth and follow the path you believe to be righteous. I'll be patiently awaiting your return. After all that's happened, our region has now been officially recognized as the neutral party in this conflict. The Noble Alliance won't stand to gain anything from attacking us, so I don't expect we'll see them again. Not that I'm suggesting we rest easy. Word has it the monsters in the region have become much more ferocious. I intend to resume conducting patrols as soon as possible. As Ymir's lord, I am fully committed to protecting his people. We let all the villagers know what you're planning, Reen. Naturally, you have everyone's full support, so you needn't worry. Take care of yourself, and remember, you're always welcome to come home and visit whenever you want to. I wonder if there's anything, I don't think there's anything to grab while we're here. Nah. Residents haven't really done that for a while, unless, like, the big sparkly thing is, like, there indicating something to be grabbed, and it's in, like, an easier to find corner than just, like, in some obscure part of the map. I'm kind of thankful for that. Also, detection is a thing, which is pretty nice. For sneaky treasure chests, if any. Actually, let's just keep rotating around here. Wrong button. I'm so glad you're out. You're alright, Reen. I mean, I heard you were, but now I can truly relax after seeing you for myself. I thought you were just being reckless when you flew off in that airship, but I should have known you had a plan all along. Just shut up and nod, Reen. Just shut up and nod. You've grown really strong over the years. I doubt I have any reason to worry about you anymore. Anyway, I'm sure you have plenty to do, so I should probably stop keeping you. May the goddess light your path. Looking at you now, I have every confidence that you'll be able to rescue Elise. I guess I have no need to worry about you anymore. But please, let me pray for your safety regardless, and may the goddess always light your path. The path you have chosen to walk is a difficult one indeed. History has proven that much. Joining hands with both sides in a war and working towards a future where we can all live in harmony is no easy feat. It is, however, a noble goal to work towards, and I can only hope you'll be able to succeed. Follow the path that you believe in. If you do not falter, I am certain you will succeed. You have both the courage and desire to walk the third way, that which would unite both sides. Believe in yourselves, and may the goddess watch over you. Excuse me. Master Reen, I was most relieved to hear you were safe and well. You seem to have a penchant for overexerting yourself, much like Lord Teo in his younger days. Even if you aren't related by blood, you are clearly his son. I hear the other students will be going aboard the Courageous as well. I'll be there to see everyone off as this inn's manager when the time comes to depart. You'll always be welcome back here. Please, stay safe. Duquesne must be remarkably skilled as a commander to be able to lead fighters of that caliber. The more I think about it, the more I worry for His Highness's well-being. I hope the Duke doesn't intend to use him as a pawn in some nefarious scheme. Princess Elfin must have the possibility of her, on her mind as well. Please, do all you can to support her. I pray the Noble Alliance isn't using His Majesty as a pawn in some nefarious scheme. Princess Elfin, blah 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 blah. these days I feel like I'm being watched. It's kind of unsettling. It only ever happens at night though. Creeps me out every time I think about it. I wonder if it's those mountain spirits in the old legends. Don't tell me it's the creepy sheep. It feels like there's a lot more strange things happening since the war started. Could it all just be in my head, but still. I keep hearing this strange dripping sound in the middle of the night lately. It's always coming from outside where the outdoor bath is too. But every time I go check, there's no one there. And I can't work out where else the sound could be coming from. You don't think it could be caused by the grudge of one of our deceased, do you? There's no way it could really be anything caused by something supernatural. It must be my imagination. Yes, that's gotta be it. Somebody's scared of ghosts. Huh. So this does sound like a side quest, but I guess it's not time for it to pop up until something more serious happens. Because there's the same kind of deal during the Trails in the Sky games with an onsen and basically people being watched by, creepy sheep. I think. And when they get caught in the act, they just try to scuttle away. Ugh. Creepy sheep is much later. Please don't tell me when things will come up, Sukita. Like, I'm just trying to make assumptions here. I didn't mean to be told about when something will be coming up, even if it is vague, but yeah. Also, when did Kerrigan get here? Huh. Lady Annabelle, will you not please consider returning to the mansion? You cannot possibly imagine just how worried I've been about you. I can't. I have a promise to keep. A promise, you say? Yes, and besides, this village is far safer than the rest of the country. And since the war began, there have only been 2 violent incidents here. There have been 2 violent incidents? Oh my god! Uh-oh. Only 2? Lady Annabelle, you must leave here at once! Lady Annabelle, please reconsider. I'm afraid I can't possibly. Yes, this village is a paradise for anglers. Even Master Ka5 visited here. This hardly sounds like a place you should be. You should be then. All the more reason you should return to the mansion. Darn. Hey Annabelle, how you doing? I promised Kenneth that I would meet him here, so I can't just leave. Either way, convincing Kerrigan to leave me be comes first. Yeah, we'll get more angler points later. Abella came for that noble. I figured one will come eventually. She should feel bad for making him come all this way. No, keep doing what you're doing, Annabelle. Mad respect for the fishing grind. I feel sorry for that butler for having to come all this way in the middle of a war. That Alliance airship was a real horror to see flying overhead. The Courageous definitely gives it a run for its Mira though. It's amazing that you get to fly around in that thing. I can hardly believe my ears when I heard that. Viscount Airsay gave it to you, right? All the complicated war stuff goes over my head, but I know whatever you do, it's to protect everyone. You've got my support. There you are. You got no idea. You had no idea how worried we were when you just ran off like that. It's sad to see that Crow kid really is on the Alliance's side now, though. I can see why that frustrated you, but I can hardly bring myself to believe it either. He seemed like a really fun kid. Came in here and tried to play some card game even. Well, either way, I'm sure it'll all work out if you take things one step at a time. Nobody up there. And one more house, right? Yeah, one more house and we're done with sweeping through Ymir. So Elise is with His Majesty somewhere. At least that means she's probably unharmed. What a relief. I'm sure you'll be able to bring her home in no time if that's the case. Especially if you were Princess Alphen. Good luck. We'll all be rooting for you. I'm just glad we have some idea where Elise is. I'm sure you'll find her before long. I just know it. I heard some truly terrible stories about what's happening out there. But more terrifying still is that there may be more tragedies occurring that we are unaware of. Even before this trouble began, people in this country were losing their homes as a result of Chancellor Osborne's policies. As a resident of a rural village, I know all too well how it feels to be regarded as unimportant by the city folk. Perhaps in a sense this war has been going on far longer than most say it has. Oh, this reading getting me sleepy. Alright, time to go snowboarding then. But first... Oh... You know, this purple boy looks pretty neat. Alright, so how hard is this actually? Oh. Wait, can I restart this? Ah, shit, I can't restart this. I forgot how awkward it was with trying to jump. You had to like jump very close to it. Wait, I'll check that notification in a second. Hold on, snowboarding. Don't read notifications and snowboard at the same time, kids. Okay, now I'll do it anyways. I can't work on pronouncing right now, I'm sorry. Hold the phone. Oh wait, that was super close, what the heck? Hey, there we go. Still in record time.
Did it!
Oh my god, nice name. Fu, thank you. Thank you for the raid. How you doing? Hello, M-Pop. How you doing? Alright. So what did we get out of that? Even experienced boarders tend to struggle on that course. That was really something. Well, here's your prize. Go ahead. Take it. Oh! Oh! Silver Bell! Please tell me it's still the same Silver Bell. Wait. Hold on. Is this the one that reduces Mirage cast time in half? Yes! Oh, hell yeah! I'm taking that. This is such a great series of games. Oh, I know. Like, I've gone over multiple times about how, like, the Trails series is pretty much my all-time favorite JRPG series. The story is just so goddamn good. But yeah, I'm doing well, Fu. Just going around doing my sweeps around basically every area because with how I play Trails, I try to exhaust as much dialogue as possible before we move on. So we're in the phase of holding off on the main story stuff until we get every little bit done.
For fishing.
Well, except for the cryptid stuff, but we can hold off on that. You signed your first playthrough through the Trail series, played Cold Steel's 2, 3, 4, Trail Sky 1 and 2. Yes, you're bad at playing them out of order, and yes, you should feel bad to not kidding. Like, at the very least, like, understandable about playing Cold Steel's 1 and 2, since they're intended for, like, newer players to kind of get into the series. Then before they kind of like get lost in the story and get things spoiled, then that's when you play from Trails in the Sky to the Crossbow games. Unfortunately, with the whole history with the Crossbow games, Trails from Zero is out right now, officially. Trails to Azure is still gonna take a while. And I will say, Oh wait, you're just starting Cold Steel? Wait, you've played Cold Steel 2 to 4, but you haven't played Cold Steel 1? Oh my gosh. Is that in Japanese? Wait, you played out of order. No, like Trails from Zero is officially been localized. The Geofront team that made the fan translation for the Crossbow games, they got picked up by Nissa to officially work on localizations, and it's out right now. Yeah, Azure is still JP only for now, but they're currently working on it. But yeah, like, I implore any Trails fan out there who hasn't been able to play it. I was able to play it because I got it through Joyoland and then used the Geofront patches. But please, play the Crossbow games. It is peak Trails. The cast, the story, the gameplay, like, it's so goddamn good. Like, easily favorite arc of the series so far. You got the PS4 version of Trails from Zero? Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, M-Pop. Because, what was it? Nissa or Falcom or whoever decided on it, the people who worked on the PS4 port or version was not the same as the one that Durante's team worked on for PC and Switch. So PS4 completely lacks a lot of the quality of life features, technical upgrades, all that stuff. So a lot of the middling reviews that came out for Trails from Zero were from reviewers who played the PS4 version instead of on PC or Switch even. So it is very unfortunate because, like, people wouldn't know. People can just go like, oh, Trails from Zero, heck yes, you got the worst version. I was like, what do you mean? This is like a re-released, like, localized, like, port, right? Yeah, but it doesn't have all the fancy bells and whistles that'll future-proof it going forward that is with all the stuff available on PC and stuff. Once a peasant? Yeah, that's understandable. Like, you know, everyone has their own setups, budget, and what they can and can't have at the moment, but yeah. Some of you, trophies for the same system, you're in it for the story. I guess I can get that if you want to, like, get your trophies and everything in it for the story. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that when it comes to JRPGs, the biggest thing is the love and care that goes into the quality of the settings and just its performance and all the technical stuff, because like, even from navigating the menus to, like, hell, like, originally the games were out on, what was it, PSP and then Vita, if I remember correctly, right? But then Trails from Zero and, you know, Azure will be rebuilt from, I believe, the ground up, and then with the PC port and everything, like, Durante's team wanted to future-proof it, so it even works on ultra-wide monitors. And because, like, normally if you try to play something like this on ultra-wide and widen the camera angle somehow, then you see, like, things that are cut off because usually they would kind of design things by 16:9. No, they went out of their way to rework a lot of the technical stuff to take into account ultra-wide settings or an 8K resolution or anything going forward should things scale up even more. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I have the PS4 version myself, but that's because I ordered the limited collector's edition thing because I just really wanted it to support the Trails from Zero release. But yeah, like, I'll go repurchase the PC version of Trails from Zero and replay it again sometime down the line. But also, another thing about the PC port, when I was looking into the PC port blog post, so if you have the save from the Joyoland version, or, you know, the Chinese version, or, you know, however you got it patched up or anything, of Trails from Zero, it's backwards compatible with the current version of Trails from Zero that just released. So I can load my 200-hour save file, New Game Plus 2, and load it in to Trails from Zero now. That's amazing. Like, at first, Durante said that they couldn't really do it because of, like, all the technicalities of, technical complications of, like, how what was it? It wouldn't work, or like it take a lot of effort to try and do, which they didn't prioritize. But then eventually they were like, wait, we can do this now, and then they did it. So very few people will actually make use of it. But I could actually bring in my 200 hours save, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like no other porting studio would ever think about doing that, but they did, and I'm so goddamn proud of them and happy for it. For those who played it before, yeah, like even though like the people who played it before compared to like eventually over time the people who will play it fresh, you know. Eventually, the people who play fresh will vastly outnumber the people who've played it during the initial PC ports. But yeah, to take them into account and everything, mad props to Durante and everyone else that worked on the PC port and stuff. Hope the next two games have save import. I'm pretty sure, like, cause like Trails from Zero and Azure should be pretty similar. So it should be pretty similar to incorporate the backwards compatibility with Trails to Azure as well. So it shouldn't be, because like now they didn't know how to do it now, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be too technically different to implement it in the next game. Oh wait. Like Sky 1 was importable to Sky 2 or 3 to 4. Same Durante did the Dark Souls patch 10 years ago? Yep, the very same, if I remember correctly. Durante has been a blessing when it comes to PC ports, patches, or whatever the heck else, because like, yeah, for... especially during the, what was it, PS3 360 era of gaming, or I guess just in general, depending where you look. PC ports have always been like treated poorly, like lacking in features, like lazily just slapped together and barely performing well enough, or if you get lucky it performs well enough as is, even if you don't have much customization settings. But like, oh boy, I don't remember which specific games, but I remember playing some games on PC before that just had like, okay, it's basically, oh, shadows on, off, your resolution, or full screen or windowed, and that's it. I'm like, where's my textures? Where's my anti-aliasing? Where's my FOV? Where's my volume sliders? Where's my, what was it? Where's, like, whatever other accessibility or quality of life options or anything? Oh, like, it's so split far, like... what was it? It's so varied with the PC port qualities of games you would find back in the day. I mean, hell, even today, depending on how unfortunate you are to stumble upon bad PC ports. Oh man. But I mean, definitely definitely a lot better than it was back then. I will say that for sure. But anyway, I just get back to fishing because I need to slowly build up my angler points, so I can eventually buy the next big upgrades from... what was it? Buy the next big upgrades from Annabelle. Wait, I also want to check out whatever else is in Ymir Valley.
Caught one.
Just in case that there's something like... what was it? Now that Valimar is gone? Or like, he's on the Courageous now. I wonder if there's gonna be any enemy occupying the spot that he was at, so I need to go check that.
Not bad.
And then just keep it as a mental reference for later for locations to come back to.
Not what I had in mind.
Alright, almost there. One more. Valimar, he's my call. I always play that completionist. Yeah, for pretty much for every Trails game since Sky 1. Going around, exhausting as much dialogue as possible. Although, during my first couple... What was it? During Sky 1 and second chapter, I didn't really have any... what was it?
Probably fish.
I didn't really look up any guides on missables or optional dialogue cutscenes, so there's probably some stuff I missed. But it did go around, like, once I got more engrossed within the Trails universe and everything. Or, if I say universe, but yeah, like, the setting and everything, got more invested into reading what everyone has to say, because when I first started playing Trails in the Sky, I'm like, oh my god, like, all these NPCs have names, and they all have, like, unique dialogue that isn't, like, just throwaway, instead of, like, you know, let's say in some other JRPGs you have, like, generic male, like, that just says, like, one line, and that's it for the rest of the game, or maybe, like, it'll change maybe if something crazy happens, like the end of the world, instead of just progressing every major story beat. So then, once I, like, came to realize that, I'm like, oh my god, wait, I want to read everything. So then, like, you even have NPCs that could foreshadow future side quests or give you more insight into the various cultural aspects or societal aspects of the Trails games.
Perfect for fishing.
And also, like, more, like, perspectives on the whole politics or people reacting to you or other forces at work with the story at large. I have not seen this amount of detail in any other JRPG series before. Like, there are some that, you know, like, put in some detail, but not to the extent that Falcom does. We even want to go, like, all the way back. We want to go, like, all the way back and see what even, like, little Alf here has to say. Because normally, like, the little kids, like, in a JRPG, again, just making very generalized statements here, so forgive me. You know, you can have them just playing around in the open field like this, and it's like, oh, hey, kids are playing here, okay. But then you can actually see them playing and then making comments about, like, how connected they are with you, because, you know, Green's, like, always played with the kids or watched over them, or, you know, like, Trails characters have history with everyone in some way, shape, or form that's, like, meaningful if you're willing to dig through it. So that's why I go out of my way to exhaust every little bit that I can from the Trails games. So wait, let me see that. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, Pop. So wait, you have the disc for Legend of Heroes, no subtitle for PSP. No. Wait, Legend of Heroes, no subtitle for PSP. I'm not exactly sure what Legend of Heroes games that is. That sounds like it could be one of the earlier ones, even before the Trails series was established, I think. I'm not too familiar with anything outside of the Trails games with the Legend of Heroes, funnily enough. Because, like, I know there's, like, the Dragon Warrior games, I believe, or some other stuff, but I'm not really that knowledgeable, since it's not really easily available to play on modern platforms. Falcom's a great developer? Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, you shouldn't pre-order games, but Falcom couldn't resist pre-ordering games. Same for you, skip most optional stuff for FC and second chapter after you invested, you want to exhaust everything. It's like a pre-Trails Legend of Heroes game. Yeah, I don't know anything about pre-Trails Legend of Heroes. I'm not familiar. But I mean, I guess, like, if you want to see how the rest of the Legend of Heroes games kind of came about, then sure. I mean, previously in September, I had my whole, like, Saga September, or, you know, the Romancing Saga games. Where I've kind of, like, after I played Romancing Saga 2, I'm like, wow. Like, how have people not really talked that much about this series? Like, this series is so unique in how it does things compared to even a lot of other JRPGs nowadays. So then I devoted a whole month to playing, like, for 1 week each, like, a different Saga game. But, yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how the series basically, like, was initially established and kind of developed over the years. So I would say, yeah, go give it a shot with the Legend of Heroes, or whichever Legend of Heroes you have for the PSP. Like, maybe it can give you some insight into, like, more about the series and stuff. It's always interesting. Because yeah, like with the Saga series, it was originally released as Final Fantasy Legend in the West. And because it was the whole preconceived notion of like, oh, people wouldn't want to buy a JRPG in the West unless it was Final Fantasy. It's got that name brand recognition. And then it's just like, oh, it's like Saga? No, Final Fantasy Legend, even though it has nothing to do with Final Fantasy. But then when you play it, I mean, you know, playing it now compared to back then, like, you know, it's a relatively simple JRPG. What was it? I've only played FFL 1. The second game I'm in the middle of, but I'll pick it back up once I'm done with Cold Steel 2 and Soul Hackers 2. But yeah, it's pretty interesting seeing how they started out as a series and then how they kind of like iterated on its systems going forward and everything. But yeah, like I would say it's probably worth it to take a look at that Legend of Heroes game you got and see what it's all about compared to how it kind of evolved into the massive behemoth it is. Well, I wouldn't say behemoth in terms of like other games, but like, yeah, into like the long-running series it is now with the Trail series. Also, I guess there really is nothing here, huh? Alright, figures. Yeah, Saga's still on your backlog as well. You have over 30 JRPGs on your backlog. Yeah, I have a lot of JRPGs in my backlog too. I devoted a whole month and opened up four new JRPGs to play, and now are left unfinished and in the back burner for now. I can take my bike through here?
Try not to be reckless.
I've got this.
Okay, I didn't know I could take my bike here. Okay, so it seems like everything is just about done with Ymir so far. Let's go back. The other game you're currently playing is Dragon Quest VIII. I've never played the Dragon Quest games. I don't know, I know it's like the classic JRPG series, like when it comes to like the big names of JRPGs, but I don't know, I was never really interested in getting into it, but it's mainly the art style. I know it's okay, what was the artist's name again? The Dragon Ball artist, for not remembering correctly, but I don't know why. It's always kind of off-putting to see like outside of it. I don't know. This is just my really bad like opinion and feeling on this, so I'm sorry, but I don't know. I just never really got into it. Speaking of which, I never got into the Chrono Trigger games, or never took too much time to look into it. Akira Toriyama. Yeah, sorry, the name was kind of leaving me. So wait, might not be as good as the Trails games, but still great games. Yeah, I know a lot of people are very fond of the Dragon Quest games, and I know how big Dragon Quest as an IP is in Japan and stuff, but yeah, I never really looked much into it.
Where do you want to go?
Okay, so Ymir's done. All the stuff in the Nord Highlands we'll look at last. So let's go to Legram.
Full speed ahead!
Every person has their own taste. No right or wrong. Yeah. But I do always feel a little bit bad because it's always like that, like important, or I would say like a very significant, like aspect of the games industry, I guess, or gaming history, with how, like, how significant it is. I guess I'm not elaborating well. Forgive me. I'm not exactly the best when it comes to explaining or expressing my thoughts and opinions. I always kind of fumble up stuff, but yeah. Anyways, let's get some more reading. Have you heard? Lord Ersay came back to Legram. He didn't stay for long, sadly. But being able to see him again in person and hearing he's been doing well is more than I could have hoped for. I hope that he knows that he has nothing to worry about. We'll all throw our weight weight behind protecting Legram in his absence. Also, I completely forgot about something. I need just my party. Do I? No, Laura's here. Hey, Scarlet, how you doing? Oh, wait, did I? Oh, no, we're good. Hey, Scarlet, how you doing? It's been a while. Hope everything's going well for you. What do you have to say, old lady? This is a terrible war, but history tells us that the War of the Lions was even worse. There was no justice in that war. Even the knights who had sworn to protect the country began to plunder it. It might have gotten even worse if Prince Drykos hadn't stepped in and turned things around. The more I think about it, the more Prince Oliver has in common with Prince Drykos. I wonder if he'll be able to follow in his ancestors' footsteps and bring an end to this war, or bring this war to an end. Pretty cold. You're in Alaska. Oh, you're in Alaska? Huh. How about me? I'm doing well. Just doing the usual sweep in the Trails games, just talking to every available NPC possible. With the juicy lore. Especially this lore right here. Hello, boy. Or girl? I can't remember. Either way. Good doggo. So I heard Lord Airsaid entrusted you with the Courageous, did he? Being social. Out of all the things, being social in the Trails games is the most important thing to do. He lost weight, find lower attempts colder than he did before losing weight. Yeah, because actually I'm not sure the exact explanation, but yeah, you don't have as much fat and other stuff keeping you warm compared to losing a fair amount of weight and everything, I would imagine. Something like that. Again, I'm not an expert on this, but something like that. But yeah, I always find winter my more favorite season of the year, mostly because, like, what was it? Because you can always bundle up more or get some hot drinks, or have an excuse to overclock your GPU and then heat up your room like a greenhouse. So then if you have a powerful enough graphics card, you can pump up, like, let's say freaking Apex to like 190 frames, let your GPU run, or let your GPU fans like do their thing, come back to your room after 30 minutes of leaving it like in the firing range or something like that, and then you come to your room nice, toasty, and warm. Oh, I can't wait for winter to start up here. But just like your electricity, don't always do that. But I mean, it only heats up your room compared to heating up the rest of your own place. You're getting weight here, so you can confirm that. Oh, he lost about 131 pounds and stuff. Oh crap, that is a huge difference. But yeah, congratulations on losing that much weight. God damn. Since it's the property of the Imperial family, the Alliance will have to carefully weigh how they act toward it. They ought to prove a powerful asset to your cause. It seems Lord Airsaid thought so put it to good use. Now that the Courageous is openly conducting operations, it's effectively the symbol of Erebonia's neutral forces. I cannot but wonder if Prince Oliver anticipated it when he, anticipated it might come to this when he first commissioned it to be built. It's definitely possible. We were so relieved to see Lord Airsaid safe and well. Life may be more difficult here now than it was, but we'll get by. Lord Airsaid is out there fighting for us. The mists have dissipated somewhat, and above all, I'm here with my family. As long as I have them, I can get through anything life throws at me. Is Karno out playing again then? I believe so. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a smart boy, just like his father. You think? I'd say he's got a lot of growing up to do if he wants to be as smart as his dear old dad. Whatever you say, dear. That's totally not a sneaky way of saying, yeah, no. He's not gonna wind up like you. Like to recommend a game? Actually, speaking of games and stuff, what was it? Earlier in the stream, for anyone who wasn't here earlier, also, hey Mel, how you doing? Enjoy the lurk. I bought a new horror game earlier. Although it's not like super scary or blood pumping or anything like that. It's a point and click horror game called The Excavation at Hobbs Barrow. And it came out, I believe, sometime last week or at the end of September. So what was it? Cause like I checked out roughly like 30 minutes to an hour of gameplay of it, and honestly, like I've been meaning to play like an interesting point and click game for a while. I just suck at researching and just sifting through the Steam store or other places for good point and clicks to kind of go through. And it's also fully voice acted, so I'm not gonna stress my vocal cords trying to play that game. But yeah, like I don't exactly remember the premise off the top of my head, but basically I'm pretty interested in checking it out. So I'm kind of wondering about when to boot it up. Probably be sometime around well, sometime this week for sure. Like Friday, what was it? Last Friday I restarted I started up a replay of Darkwood. We're gonna try to go for the other ending that I didn't get on stream. And we'll be going back to Darkwood again on Friday. So probably the excavation at Hobbs Barrow will be, well, depending on how impatient I get, it'll either be Thursday or I can put it off for Saturday, depending on how much Cold Steel 2 that I wanna sort out. You're gonna go lurk and stuff? Alright then, Pop. Enjoy the lurk and have a nice sleep. Pleasure to meet you. Yeah, same here. Take care. Oh yeah, it's Miles. Hey there, Miles. You're looking sharp. Why, hello, Sarah. I was truly blown away by how well you fought those enforcers near Bereahard. Your skills as a bracer are as fantastic as ever, I see. Don't give me that knowing smile like you right there. Also, former bracer, thank you very much. So, you know all about So you know all about what we've been through or been up to since we left? Ah, but of course! You're traveling around on the Courageous gathering information at the moment, I believe. As a member of the guild, I'll be happy to do what I can to help. So don't you hesitate to call on me. Thanks. Well, seeing as you was kind enough to offer, anything you want to ask me? Huh. Yes. Have you heard anything interesting lately? Interesting? Well, how about this? As I'm sure you can imagine, the Noble Alliance have wrested control of all the country's major towns and cities. But lately there have been a number of people who started forming small resistance groups and opposing them. Resistance groups? You don't mean? Supposedly they've been standing up to the army's tyranny and supporting those who are being oppressed. And while this is just my instincts talking, I can't help but wonder they might be people you know. And that definitely could be. You wouldn't happen to know where any of those people are, or were, would you? Well, considering they've gone this long without being caught, I'd say they're moving from place to place. Your best chance of running into them might be to explore relatively quiet highways. That makes sense. Thank you, Miles. Let's file that nugget away at the back of our minds. So wait, that's a flag to find someone? Are you serious? And add Drakengard 3 to my backlog. I've heard about Drakengard 3 a lot, but I don't know anything about the Drakengard games, to be honest. Told one a few other familiar faces dropped by not long ago, so I heard about how things are going for them. I'll keep acting as the guild's control tower in Erebonia from here on out. I'm convinced all of us share a common goal, so let's do all that we can to push things in the right direction. Right. We appreciate your support, Miles. It's times like these when your really accurate perceptiveness really comes in handy. We'll be counting on you. I'm honored. I'll be sure to deliver then. Won't I? I wouldn't want to let the famous Purple Lightning down. Drakengard 3 is... You're ashamed to have liked it? wait. Oh, well, what's there to be ashamed about with the Drakengard games? I think I might have finally seen the Viscount. At least that's who everyone says I saw. He was super cool. Karno and Julian really both really look up to him. I can see why. So wait. Oh, no, the Apricot's Inn was the, badass in danger thing. Patiri... Wait, who is Patiri again? Wait, who is Patiri? No, Patiri is one of the village's fangirls of, Laura. Right. So it's like, Yoko Taro was like 13 years old and wanted to make a deep game, but all he can talk about is sex. What? God damn it, Yoko Taro. Man, Lord Airstate's so darn cool. I'm gonna be just like him when I grow up. And you can take that to the bank. Just watch me. That was the Radiant Blade Master, head of the Arstate School. Can't believe he's been fighting right under the bad guy's nose all this time. He's way too cool. I want to be big and strong like him someday too. Don't forget someday, I want to be like him right now. Good for you, boy. But with him away, the Junior Eisenritter's job is even more important. Lord Airstate stopped by and, you know what he did? He gave me a pat on the head. Head pats! The mark of a good lord. So, but the themes and music is great for Drakengard 3. Just drowned in bullshit in terms of gameplay and characters. The gameplay is what you consider bad and good. Story of horrible people doing horrible things and killing other horrible people. Ah, so Overlord then. Okay, I gotcha. So now we're super overpowered then and can kill everyone in one shot. No, I was kidding. It's a sign that I'm gonna be just like him when I grow up. I know it. The Viscount was the coolest. He was even guarding one of the princes too, which makes it even cooler. Okay, boy. Nothing else new here. There's no fishing here, right? It's only over there. No, there's fishing. No, fishing right here.
I could probably
fish here. I can't fish. Okay, well, let's go into the inn, but let's not trigger the thing yet. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Apricot's. I've decided to start helping out here as a way to pay back the people of Legram back for all the kindness they've showed us. I still have a lot to learn about this job, but practice makes perfect. I'm a little worried that boy over there. I believe he said his name was Cargo. He told me he's been separated from someone, and he seems so worried about them. I wish there was something I could do to help, but I wouldn't even know how to begin. Wait, Patiri. Wait. Oh, wasn't Patiri the guy, the girl that has this weird passive-aggressive, not passive, this like aggressive rivalry with Machias? Wait, I need to bring in Machias. I don't want to return to the Courageous, damn it, I pressed the wrong button.
Where do you want to go? Leave it to me!
So, if Nier is a romantic tragedy with a small bit of hope about the human condition, Drakengard 3 is a terrible comedy, a crowning jewel of nihilism. Yeah, sorry, just double checking my pronunciation. That damn boy Kayan. I dismissed him as a little more than a pompous idiot with a hideous fashion sense. He was playing us for fools the whole time. Now he has those sold ads and that battleship and if Chancellor Osmond were still alive, things would be playing out very differently right now. Very differently indeed. I'm starting to lose hope that we'll ever make it back to Heimdall. If only Chancellor Osmond were still with us. And these noble folk have been eating here like every single day. I can't believe we're already halfway through December. Ordinarily, I'd be sipping champagne and rubbing elbows at a lavish party right about now. Yet here I am. Why can't I wake up from this endless nightmare? Snobby nobles not being grateful for the current situation. Okay. Cause they can be, cause what was it, Yeah, they'd be... what was it? The representative would definitely be arrested if not killed for his support of Chancellor Osborne. The wife would be separated and the family would be torn apart. And what happened to the kid? I can only take so much of my parents at any given time, so I thought I'd come up here and read a book or something. which seemed like a good idea until I realized this is the only book I own and I've read it like 20 times. Maybe I'll go for a walk or something. We did come to La Grande to sightsee after all, when we first came here forever ago. Wait, what about the book? Surely you're talking about Gambler Jack. What? No. Surprised to see Maria working here. She decided to start helping us out. I tried to tell her it was unnecessary, but she was very insistent, so I ended up giving her the go-ahead. She's really been a big help, though. With all the people stopping here as they flee from the combat in the west, more decks on hand come in handy. As much as I appreciate Maria's assistance, I really don't want her to push herself to help. She's just as much of a victim of this war as anyone. Life can't be easy for her right now. Alright, old man, how's the fishing going? Lord Ersay took off on a liner for the Sutherland province just as soon as he arrived. He's supposedly westward bound from there. If he were anyone else, I'd be worried about a strategy like that, but not Lord Ersay. He's going to be perfectly fine. And by the time he returns, he's bound to have a myriad of other achievements to his name. I have no doubt about that. I hope Lord Ersay will go and do us proud. But I know he will. Alright, sir. Good talk. Confidence. We'll talk to the boy later. I did not go to the general store yet. You're gonna go be right back? Alright, Skylac. See you in a little bit. So what's gone off with Lord Ersay to fight for peace? I'm sure Lord Ersay needs all the help he can get, too. The situation in the west gets more and more dire every day. Tull's a very capable man, so I'm sure his assistance will be a great asset. I wish I could go help him myself, but I suppose I'll have to run my shop as well as possible to show my support. I wish I could go could go aid Lord Ersay, but I'd only be in the way. I'm sure he'll be glad to have Towa at his side, though. As for me, I'll keep working away right here as I pray for their success. I can't imagine you haven't already heard of wonderful news, but Lord Ersay has returned. That's not to say I fear for his safety for even a second, however. He's simply too capable a man to ever be defeated. His finer points extend beyond strength, too. He's a man who values peace above all else and strives to protect the weak. Strong of body and noble of mind. That's our Lord Ersay. We can't laze about here with our hands at our sides with Lord Ersay out there fighting for us. We need to make sure we work to keep the town thriving during his absence. Yeah. So, all the other different parts of town, so then, what was it? Either Zender Gate or, the Nomadic Settlement should have Gambler Jack Volume 7. Because we already exhausted Gorelia Fortress. We've already exhausted Ymir with Volume 9. Yeah, because Gorelia Fortress... actually wait, let me talk to Chloe first and then we'll see. The whole town is much more happy knowing that Lord Ersay is safe and well. It really makes me want to knuckle down and get some serious work done. The harder we all work, the less he has to worry about the grandpa he's away. Time to really put my back into it. Oh, all the locals are really devoted to putting their all in support of Lord Ersay. Really nice to see.
Where do you want to go?
Okay, Proving Ground.
Leave it to me!
Wait, let me double check. Did I miss anything? No, this is just the... Yeah. And if I remember correctly, over here is just simply a place to rest, right? Nothing else? Yeah, it's just to rest, so there's nothing else to do here.
Where do you want to go? Full speed ahead!
Oh yeah, wasn't, Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Vivi was here really worried about, her sister, Linda, I believe. Father Hamilcar actually sat down and talked with Vivi for a while the other day. Not only did he get her to calm down, he's even got her helping out around the church. For all the slacking he does, he can be pretty incredible when the situation demands it. But it's kind of irritating that he is able to do what I couldn't just like that. Yeah. Can you imagine how it feels when you're working your ass off and then eventually finding out that there's something you have trouble doing, and then the one guy who's been slacking his ass off finally stands up, like fixes the problem one try, one go, just casually, goes back to being lazy, and I'm like, so you could have done that the whole fucking time while working my ass off to no avail at times? I'm like, bro, that's just like insulting. It's like, I appreciate what you actually did. What I don't appreciate is you not making use of yourself for the rest of the time. I tried so hard to cheer her up too. Then he just waltzes on in, makes it look easy. He's got all the makings of an excellent priest. I just wish he put his skills to work more often. Poor sister. Good to see Vivi's calmer now, at least. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean what I do to get her that way? I do what I always do. Nothing. I love Father Hamilcar. It's so goddamn goofy. All I did was listen to her. Sadness eats away at you like a disease if you just let it build up. So his strategy was just as how he's conducted himself every day. Shut up and nod, and everything will be alright. Alright. I just let her vent and get some of her worries off her chest. Now that she's done that, she's feeling loads better. And that's not a guarantee that it won't build up again though, so hurry up and find that sister of hers for her, will ya? Okay, father. Well, why did I assume anything better of Father Hamilcar? He literally did something by doing nothing. True to his personality. I am amazed and dumbfounded at the same time. Okay, no, I don't want to trigger the main quest right now. I brought some food for the students here to eat while they train, but Fritz is the only one here. What should I do? I mean, I probably shouldn't get in the way of his training, should I? Of course not, he's busy concentrating. This totally won't cause any misunderstandings at all, huh? Nah, I think it's perfectly fine if you, as the only girl here, just walked up to the lone student training here and gave him a good meal. I'm sure he'd just appreciate that and would assume there's nothing else that's going on here, unless he's actually too blockheaded about this. You're looking for Gavelli and Ares. They're out patrolling at the moment. We've been getting some large peculiar monsters on the highway lately, so we need to be more alert than ever. In the meantime, I'm training. If we intend on protecting the Gram in Master Airsate's absence, we need to be strong. Our mission is to keep this town safe, so we're just trying to keep monsters away instead of trying to defeat them all. Many of the monsters on the highway are new to us, so it's hard to say for certain whether we could even slay them. Huh, all the more reason to keep on training, all the reason to keep training so that, should the time come, we'll all be ready to do so. I don't think I'm ready to be alone with him just yet. No, not that it means anything, though. Oh. So you don't only have eyes for Laura, although it's more like fangirl eyes, but this time she's got a different pair of eyes to someone else. Oh, okay. Good luck, girl. And Fritz, I hope you can pick up on the hints because Cindy's not gonna blurt it out loud. Meanwhile, he's just gonna ignore her and study the blade. Things have finally calmed down here in Legram. That's not to say I've got no lack of troubles on my mind. Casper's been really worried about his hometown, and I hate seeing him like that. I wish I could do something for him. Oh, hello! Lord Erse told me all about your plans going forward. He said that you'll be forming a neutral faction of your own and traveling around the Eastern Erebonia aboard the Courageous. That's right. Whether we truly have the strength to achieve our goals remains to be seen, however. Still, as soon as the Thors will stop at nothing to do just that. We'll take back our academy from the Alliance, no matter what stands in our way. Whether you have the strength or not, you certainly have the spirit. Even in martial arts, raw strength alone is not everything. It's only by following just principles that one can achieve great things. From what I see, you certainly aren't lacking in that regard. I have faith that you'll be able to do what you set your minds to. Believe in yourselves, and follow the path you have chosen. Thank you. We'll try. What you intend to do won't be easy, but I have no doubts that you'll see success in due time. I shall be praying that the goddess watches over you during your travels. I've heard that you'll be flying around Eastern Erebonia aboard the famous Courageous. That's wonderful news. I couldn't believe my ears when I found out that you've been entrusted with it. Ever since I've heard, I've been desperate to tell everyone I know. But all the people I knew already knew what I knew. I love how silly this reads, that they know what they're doing. I was so disappointed. I wish I could run over to the capital and tell everyone there instead. No. Don't tell people at the capital, please. Please, for our safety, don't do that. I've long been worried about how other people all over the country are doing. So if we're flying around, please do try to help those in need. I'm sure to tell them all about the amazing things you've done in my place. Laura. The shit that Laura has to deal with sometimes. So the maid's up here. Welcome back. Guess what? Lord Erse came and paid us a visit. He told one Prince Oliver it all seemed really well too. I kept believing they'd be alright, and I'm so glad they were. Their visit was only fleeting, but they seemed to enjoy themselves. I couldn't possibly be happier. I was so happy to see that they're all well. Prince Oliver even decided to play a tune on his lute for me all of a sudden. He's a fun one to be sure. I kept believing, and in the end, my wish came true. I'm so happy they're alright. Of course, Prince Oliver breaks out the lute. Anything on the terraces? Nothing I can see in terms of like NPCs, and I would kind of doubt there's anything else that would indicate like some missable, which that'd be kind of scummy, but again, we already went over this. Falcom doesn't really do... Well, it's not... Okay, it's more like they put the missables and plant them on the various NPCs who might not think twice about interacting with. But I guess that's better than just leaving like a book hidden behind like a flower vase that you'll just pass by upon entering here. It's like, okay. Because the flower vases that you wouldn't expect anything from them, it's like, okay, we'll start leaving. And you usually focus your attention on the center door here. You're not gonna look for like a little faint shimmer or something like that on the back of a flower pot. No. Unless you have very sensitive eyes to pick up on like the little details on screen, or can easily ignore what was it? What everyone would be kind of paying attention towards, which is the center of the screen here, versus just what was it? Okay, oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought with that big yawn. Okay, let's go to the side quest. Yep, yeah. I was like, wait, why does Cargo sound familiar? Yeah, the kid from the actually, what was the district called? Was it considered the Slums District, or was there a different name? I can't remember. Oh, excuse me. Dearie, you're Cargo, right? Machias's friend. I know you put in a request for help, but what are you doing all the way out here on the ground? Did something happen? What do you think happened? A bunch of noble soldiers came busting into the Ost district. Oh, right. Ost district. Because guess what? That's where Governor Regnitz resides in. And everyone there is in support of him. So where does that leave the Ost district as the Noble Alliance took over and ousted any Imperial backing individuals or politicians? Oh boy. Even the people who don't really give a shit about politics, they're kind of caught in the crossfire. And that's got us, and that got us real salty. So we gave him some of the old, ba-bang, kapow. Did they really just go up and punch some armed soldiers? A little kid and a very aggressive tomboy, what was it? Aggressive, tomboy? Oh, man. But then they got mad at us and turned the tables. They wouldn't give up either, but then Patiri... Damn it! If I parse that correctly, it sounds like he really needs our help with something. And I guess Patiri's in trouble. Allow me to translate. The patrolling soldiers' arrogance irritated him and Patiri greatly. In response, they tried setting traps and They tried setting traps for them using boxes and drum cans in an effort to drive them away. Naturally, this didn't go according to the plan, as anyone with half a brain would expect. Machias, what the hell are you doing here? I don't need a dork like you to help me sort this out. I can do it fine on my own. Of course, I can tell from the tears streaming down your face that you're off to a flying start. Machias, I have no idea how you turned what you just said into, how you turned what you just said into what you just said, but I'm impressed. Unfortunately for me, I've had to put up with the two of them for a long time now. You pick up some things after a while. I'm fairly sure I know how the rest of the story goes, though. Two. When the traps failed to have their intended effect, the soldiers gave chase. As they ran, Cargo and Patiri lost sight of one another, which led to their current quandary. Yeah, that's right. We're running from him, but then Patiri told me to go on ahead. We're supposed to meet up here, but she still hasn't shown. Patiri... well, at least we finally gotten to the bottom of what happened. Could this mean that soldiers did capture her after all? Although I wouldn't be surprised with how heavily guarded the capital is. I hope she's alright. I'd save your concern. Those two always defy expectations, and don't take a word they say at face value. What's that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean, Machias? Cargo, we should make a few things clear. You two definitely specified Legram as the town to meet up in, correct? Oh. Oh. This is gonna be one of those things, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, again, sorry. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm getting so yawny right now. I'm like crashing right now. Actually, hold on, you know what? I'm gonna go stand up. Oh, let me have a little stretch break before I continue reading this. Man, I guess like whatever I did do today really took the wind out of me. I just can't stop yawning. I did kind of wreck my sleep schedule again though, so there is that. I mean, at this point, there is no wrecking of the sleep schedule. It's already all like shattered to pieces, scattered to the winds like falling leaves. Anyways, actually, let me be right back real quick. I know I'm in the middle of a cutscene right now, but I really need to splash some water on my face. Don't mind me. One little moment. Okay, the streamer is back. Feeling a little better, actually. That's what I said, didn't I? I mean, we were kind of panicking at the time with the soldiers chasing us and all. But Materi took out a map and put it right at the part where Legram is. She said we're being in a tiny little place in the boonies where no soldiers would even, She went to Ymir, didn't she? We're meeting in a tiny little place in the boonies where no soldiers would ever even care enough to find us. Maybe you shouldn't talk about about the town like that right in front of all of its residents. Well, he isn't wrong technically, and speaking as a resident, I don't find such an apt description offensive. Still, if they had a map, I can't imagine we're dealing with any sort of misunderstanding. Neither can I. They're both Erebonians, and so it's not likely they'd end up in different towns. One more question, Cargo. Were you both on the same side of the map when you're doing this, or were you on opposite sides facing one another? They got the orientation wrong. Are you kidding me? Huh? Yeah, we're facing each other, so what? Have you worked something out, Machias? I think so. When they agreed on their destination, one of them was looking at the map upside down. I doubt she ever even mentioned the ground. She probably pointed to the part of the map and said here. They probably didn't even realize how much of a misunderstanding it would cause. Huh, that does sound plausible. Still, if that's the case, then Materi's gone off to a completely different town. We should look for a town that fits the description and is on the opposite side of the capital from Legram. Good thing we have the courageous. Okay, we're off to find Materi. Any objections, Cargo? Did you work something out? What are you wasting time here for then? If you find her, let me know right away. You better promise. We will. Just stay away from me. Getting snot everywhere. Last time I saw Materi was in front of Heimdall Station. She told me she was going to distract the soldiers so I could run. Then she pulled out a map and told me to meet her in a tiny town in the boonies in this part of the country. But she definitely put it at Legram. I'm sure she did. Anyway, if you find her, promise me you'll let me know. I mean it. Well, Legram's on the south side of Erebonia, so they're looking at the map from opposite sides. We should start looking over in the north. Huh. Oh boy.
Where do you want to go?
Oh boy.
Full speed ahead!
Either that or she actually went to the North Highlands. No, it had to be an actual Erebonian town, not Nord Highlands. Well... Well... I think it'll be proper if I brought out Machias for this.
Okay.
Let's move. Right.
Okay, let me do the walk. And a little bop on the head. Come on, spit it out. Where'd you hide Cargo? I know you did it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Wait, who's Cargo? Is that Patiri? Ah, well, I'm glad we found her. But I can't believe she actually ended up here. Looks like my theory was right on the mark. Well, anyway. Hey, Patiri, could you please stop causing problems for strangers? But, Machias, the hell are you doing here, huh? It's not like I should care, but it's nice to see your stupid face. I suppose she's acting a bit odd. Oh well. I'm glad to see that you're well too. Seriously, what were you thinking trying to pick a fight with the army? We all heard about what happened. No good could come from worrying people so much, you know. What? Look who's talking. Pardon? You got no idea how worried Ost was when he heard you were wanted by the army. For all we freaking knew, you were dead in the gutter somewhere. Then Uncle Karst ended up getting arrested on top of it all. Why do you think we started picking fights in the first place? We were scared, we were pissed off, we were... Well, whatever. It was better for us to do it than let some amateurs try their luck. So that's what really happened. Sorry, I had no idea that was the case. I'm sorry for worrying you all so much. You should be saying that to everyone back home, not me. Anyway, that idiot Cargo said he was gonna meet me here ages ago, but he still hasn't shown up. So you're gonna help me look for him. Speaking of Cargo, I almost forgot. Whoops, completely slipped my mind. So she really did intend for them to meet here. Although, there's no way of telling who was in the wrong now. What? Do you guys know something? You better not have him tied up somewhere, because if you do, what say we bring him here before she accuses us of anything else? They flew the courageous back to the ground to pick up Cargo, then brought him back to Ymir. Patiri! And a big hug. Cargo! It's not a hug, is it? It's gonna be a punch. He got decked in the face. I fucking knew it. It was not gonna be a hug. Or no, did they both punch each other at the same time? The hell you've been all this time? I was freaking out like crazy, you damn pipsqueak. Where the heck was I? Where the heck were you? Ultra headlock time. Just who are these people, Reen? Well, they're, refugees from Heimdall. I really am sorry for all the trouble she caused. I know there's a lot to ask, but would it be possible for them to stay in Ymir until the situation improves there? Well, sure, they're not how I pictured people from Ymir, to be, but, sure. Wow, check it out, there really is a warm-looking pond over... It's not a pond! Watch it, loser, that's clearly a trap. Oh! What? What? Ain't no way anyone will put something that nice smack dab in the middle of town. Wow, you're right, you're so smart, Patiri. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to have a quick word with them so they don't go causing any more trouble. Well, that certainly was an experience. Glad we got a happy ending from it all. Got the bunny watch. Alright. Part of a set. Wait, does that mean we can't get another? Wait, is that a quest only deal? No way.
Leave this to me.
Okay.
My turn.
Oops.
Right.
You guys better watch your backs. Those noble soldiers are everywhere. And they don't know how to take a joke either. You so much just breathe around them and it's out with the guns. So amateurs like you better not try picking a fight with them, got it? I'm more worried that you will, to be honest. I understand I was partly to blame for you doing so, but don't try anything like that again. Don't go tell me what to do, dweeb. Man, there's nothing here in this town. It's not like we can get back to the capital anytime soon. Listen here, Cargo, this part of the town's our turf now. Anyone's got a problem with that's gonna have to beat us in a snowball fight. How about a snowboarding competition? Wow, really? You're so cool, Patiri. Machias, I am so sorry for you. Also, Rena, I'm so sorry that the rest of Ymir has to deal with these goofballs. It's so freaking cold here. Can we just, rig a bit closer, or, wait, reg? Just a bit, closer to warm up, Patiri? Pretty please? You numbskull, that's how they sucker you in. You want the guy who set this up, to come up, and laugh at you, huh? I better have a word with them later so they don't cause any more trouble. Okay, this pond. This is called a foot bath. You put your feet inside to warm up and relax. Whoa. I wasn't sure what to do when the first thing she did was glare at me like she was picking a fight. Well, they don't seem all that bad. Right? They like to put on the tough guy act, but they're good kids, really. Yeah, they're harmless enough, just exhausting to deal with. I hate to ask this of you, but would you mind looking out for them for a while? I have a bad feeling about this. Luke, I salute you. Alright, beam us up to the courageous. I'm a sad sight of the fight, you know. Just the thought I had to deal with some delinquents freaks me out. Well, good luck, sir. Wait, anything new here? No.
Where do you want to go?
Okay. So... only other thing Legram is to check the highway. Just in case for any cryptids or anything else that's going on.
My turn.
Let's go bring out Laura for this. We got a fishing spot, but I'm not sure if that fishing spot's refreshed or not. Because it seems like only the one in Ymir gets refreshed. Also, where's my monster book? Here it is. Got lost into my animation.
My turn.
Now!
An opening.
It's my turn.
Leave it to me.
Now!
My turn.
Okay. Okay, we're burning daylight.
Just getting started.
Wait, Craft Cat? Oh, I guess we just had to actually go into battle now that... What was it? Now that Gaius introduced Zeo to us and everything. Nice. Hey, you material. Okay, so as far as I know, there's nothing actually new here of note.
This spot looks perfect for...
Yeah, really, only Ymir that refreshes. And there's no new monsters here from what I can gather.
This could get tricky. Look sharp.
Uh-huh.
I welcome all
shit.
challengers. My turn.
Screw it, let's just have some fun.
Let's move.
Second form.
Second form. Bam!
Wait, you think
It's
that was
my
still
turn.
alive? Shotgun.
Take this! All right, let's keep moving.
So not worth my time. Only if I'm desperate for Link XP, I suppose. Anything up here? Nah. Oh, what am I doing?
Shall we?
I've got
Alright.
this.
Oh, whoops. Bike time. Yeah. Actually, can we go back to the Aqua Shrine entrance?
This could get tricky. Look sharp.
Oh god, that turning so awkward! Out of our way. Driving on through. Wait, do we fight that rat before? Yeah, Hell Rabbit. Oh no, control was turbo, right? Oh. Wait. What was... Oh, it was left alt that was brake reverse as well. Okay. Also,
This spot looks perfect.
yeah, no, it's empty too. Alright. So, we don't have time to run through here? Yeah, we don't have time.
Shall we?
Right.
Out of our way.
Please, take care around that one.
That's a real beast of a monster.
I don't suppose there's anything else here. So these are very hard, best not get closer. Okay. So, was that all for Telegram? So then we checked all the different places, did the quest, or side quest, talked to everyone. Okay. So now we're off to Zender Gate, but before we do that, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick because I really need to go, so give me one moment.